Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 335.
335.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. The Epcot International Festival of the Arts, which we're going to be talking about today, is just a couple days away. And then almost right after that, on March 4th, will be the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. There's also a lot going on in Disneyland and on the Disney Cruise Line. So check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, and they can help you get where you need to go.
So we're going to start off the show at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge with a little tradition. Every year we go to Boma for Boma breakfast on my birthday, and this year was no different.
And you can see the wreath up there.
Still Christmas.
It was still Christmas on January 8th. And I don't know if the Magic Kingdom still is on January 15th.
Today is the first day Christmas is left the Magic Kingdom.
And so, there's the Jungle Juice, and you can find that drink in various names like Moonshine at Trail's End. So it's
sort of like there's pear juice, all these juices mixed together.
I think it's
to
like
make
guava.
The jungle juice. Guava.
It's a variety of juices in there. So we're just looking at some items. I actually have been going to Boma since just before Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge opened. It's been a favorite restaurant of mine.
You did a test day there, right?
Yes, when I worked for the Disney Reservation Center. So like just before it opened, and like a day beforehand.
So now we're taking a look at the grill. I guess it's not really a grill. The rotisserie. Is that
what
it is?
It's like a
there?
rotisserie.
And they have alternating items. They have ham, and they alternate smoked turkey, and what was the other? And corned beef. I believe it was a corned beef.
Right, there was corned beef there. I don't eat
spiced corned beef.
I don't eat ham or corned beef. So the one thing that the turkey here, when they have it, is fantastic.
It's like a smoked turkey. It's so good.
I always hope for the turkey. But they didn't have it this time.
Next year, we are going to call. And even if we go the day before or after my birthday, I want that turkey.
Well, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes it for me. But it's not like they don't have a lot of other items also.
Yes, as we can see here.
Like
a few items.
A couple of different eggs. They have make your own omelet. Now, the price has gone up quite a bit over the years. I remember it wasn't that long ago when it was like $16.99, and I think now it's about $27.99 or $28.99 plus tax and tip.
Well, luckily this year we have Tables in Wonderland, so that helped a little bit. Mm-hmm. And here is the make your own omelet, and I did do that, of course, because it was my birthday, so why not? And we will show that later on when we show all the food, the plated food.
Is that like a birthday tradition, an omelet?
For me, it is. Oh. It has been.
I don't even know what I do for breakfast on my. We don't
do any special breakfast.
I don't think I do a special dinner either. It's just wherever we are.
Here is one thing that has changed though since all the other years. They used to have smoked salmon there, and that has been taken away and replaced with tuna.
But I know you miss the salmon.
I miss that salmon. I need to speak to the chef about this.
And then they have donuts, which I think are like Krispy Kreme donuts. And then
it looks like that.
Little muffins and scones, and really it's a lot of the same items if you've been going for years, except for that smoked salmon, and you never know if you're going to get the turkey. It really is still a very nice buffet, and I think still one of the better buffets at Walt Disney World.
Absolutely. For food quality, I would put it right up there with the top buffets, and the top probably is as far as food alone being the Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons Ravello is very good. I don't remember if they have a meat item though, where Boma definitely does.
So that is either Simba or Nala. I can never remember, but I like that they have the characters on the waffles there, and there's some ham and also the corned beef, and those look like chicken wings, but that is not. They are plantains. Yes.
What I like about this is really you can come here. It was almost 11 when it closed, so you can have like a brunch. So even though it's a little more expensive for a breakfast and not as expensive as a character meal, you can make it into a brunch. And then, like, I didn't eat all day long. I don't even know if I think I had cereal for dinner.
Right, we both did. We didn't really need any kind of dinner. I mean, as you said, we sort of did it as a brunch. And this was great. The omelet was fantastic. Maybe the best I've had in all the years. I don't know what made it any better, but it was really good this year.
Yeah, I actually like omelets, but I almost, for some reason, I almost never get them. And then you have your Mickey waffle, and I don't know everything
sticky
that's
bun.
on there.
That
Yes,
sticky bun is piping hot. It's so good.
I never get that.
And I threw some fruit on there to make sure it was healthy. And then,
Yes.
then we have this watermelon salad. Not a fan of the watermelon salad, actually, but I tried it.
I just prefer watermelon. And so the server brought you some zebra domes.
Didn't even ask. What a nice surprise.
That was very nice. Now the one thing is they used to bring like something that would say like happy birthday
on a plate. It was specially made on the plate.
I don't know if they do that anymore. It might have just stopped, but we'll see. Like if we go back next year, we'll see if it was just a one-off. But you know what?
I've heard a lot of the resorts have cut back on specialty birthday things like that. So maybe that is the case. We'll know by next year.
Yes, and we'll just see how it goes. But you know what? 4 zebra domes is a really nice surprise.
I prefer the zebra. I prefer those zebra domes to the food item. I think it was just the cupcake, and I did not need another cupcake.
I'm a big fan of zebra domes, and you can find them either at the Mara or you can find them at Boma at night. And the Christmas tree was there. We were just looking at that, which I love the Christmas tree.
It's so nice, you have the Christmas tree and all that, but then you go outside and it's summertime. It was in the 80s.
It wasn't.
A beautiful day.
I was in I think I was in a sweatshirt or a jacket or something.
Are you sure? Look
yes,
at I see people in shorts swimming.
I know, but I remember being surprised that so many people were in the pool because it was like in the 60s. And I know it sounds warm to some people, 60s, but to me that's like sweater weather. I get very cold in that.
So let's jump into the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. We had there was a media event that we were invited to, and we're going to talk first about the Beauty and the Beast sing-along that is in the France Pavilion.
So the France Pavilion has Impressions de France and has since the beginning of Epcot. But now it's going to, they say rotate, but right now we're only looking at Impressions de France on the schedule in the evenings.
From 7:30 to 9 currently, which would be about 4 shows a day.
Three or four shows. So that's a disappointment. But I'm hoping that with the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, after the initial interest, I'm hoping that will change.
And you can see inside the lobby area, they've completely redone that. You have a lot of costumes from various Broadway shows, and you just saw the Beauty and the Beast costumes there.
Well, it's called Tales as Old as Time, and it's not just about, it's like in books and stage and all that, like it's French storytelling, so it's not just Disney or anything, which I think is very nice.
So we've seen the Beauty and the Beast sing-along twice now, and let's talk about that. What did you think of the sing-along version?
I enjoyed it. I love Impressions de France, and Impressions de France is my favorite attraction in all of Epcot, so I want to make sure that stays as well. But what I like about the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, it's not only a twist, when you go in, you're not watching the original film, and I like that it's hand-drawn animation and that Don Hahn is still producing it.
Also, for me, I think it depends on the audience. If it's a sing-along, I think it really makes it better when you have a majority of the audience into it and singing along. And the first time we saw it, it was later in the day around 5 o'clock, and everybody was singing, and even I was singing. And then this time it was around 9 in the morning, and everyone was still asleep, so it was much less energetic. So I guess it definitely depends on the audience and yourself.
Well, speaking of singing, where I actually sang, I didn't really sing that much in the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. I sang more the Canada song in Canada Far and Wide, which is opening also on Friday, and we were able to get a preview of it. And this is absolutely fantastic. It's, to me, what a World Showcase movie should be. It's a travelogue. Eugene Levy, I don't know if you say it, Levy, and Catherine O'Hara are the narrators. They are not on screen. They are really good in it, but they are narrators. There's some funny moments, but it's not a comedy.
It comes across as timeless to me, a classic, as you said, a classic World Showcase film.
It's very well done, and I think that everybody who sees it is going to love this movie, unless you're really looking for a comedy, because they are comedians. They have a show right now that I'm not going to say the name of that. Nope. I think is very funny.
Well, she's known for Home Alone, really.
SCTV.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And but this is not a comedy movie, and that's what I love about it, is that it really is something. I can't wait to see it again, tomorrow.
And of course, the Canada, our favorite song, the classic original Canada, whatever.
It's just called Canada.
Is that what the song is called?
I looked
Anyway,
it up.
it returns, and it still has the previous singer. We'll hear more from Tom Fitzgerald about that later on, but I'm very pleased. And of course, this classic scene remains, and this scene here has been in all three versions of this.
This just was such a delight, and I just was not expecting to go in there and be like, I am so happy about this, and it's just it's a beautiful film, and it's got that 360 circle vision from iWorks, and so awesome.
And not long after seeing this, we had a chance to interview Tom Fitzgerald, and I will let you set that up.
Well, Tom Fitzgerald I think he's really powering the Epcot transformation. So he talked to us about, and I just want to set him up. He's a senior creative. He's been here forever. He's been with Epcot since the beginning. And Jeff was like, oh, he was an animatronic. And I know you're going to show that in Horizons. And he is the one who coined, if you can dream it, you can do it. So I just wanted to mention all of that. So it was really cool to get to talk to him about the 3 new films, and I might get to see Awesome Planet today. We have not seen that one yet, so I'm looking forward to that, and here is Tom Fitzgerald.
I'm Tom Fitzgerald. I'm a creative executive from Walt Disney Imagineering, and I'm here to talk about the new films that we're bringing this Friday to Epcot.
And first we're looking at Canada, which was incredible.
So Canada Far and Wide is our 3rd version of Circle Vision for Canada. Has a lot of DNA from the original. It still has the song in there, which we love. It's digital now, so it looks and sounds better than ever. We have new footage that we shot in Canada at Whistler, at Quebec City, and also in Okanagan, where we have wine country and deserts, where we talk about that. We have a lot of new footage that we got from some Canadian cinematographers that broadens our story. And we have Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, who are our narrators, both Canadians and both telling a love letter of Canada. Awesome Planet is our new film for the Land Pavilion. It replaces Circle of Life. It is our call to action film about our planet and how important it is that we all pitch in to maintain this incredible planet. We have footage from ILM to talk about how unique the formation of the planet is. And then we have, as you can imagine, stunning cinematography, nature photography from filmmakers around the world. And an incredible new score by Stephen Price, who did Gravity and Born in China for Disney Nature. We also have some 4D effects, but they're done really as a spice. It's not like PhilharMagic. This is a big story. This is a really important story. We were with Jane Goodall, Sylvia Earle. We had many experts who helped us on the content of how do we talk about how unique our planet is and how important it is that we be better stewards of it. And then, for fun, the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. So this is for the France Pavilion. It's in rotation with Impressions to France. That film is still remaining. But this is a fun show for families and kids or any fan of Beauty and the Beast. It's a sing-along, but with a twist. We have some new animation that was created for us by Don Hahn, who was the producer of Beauty and the Beast. And we're twisting the story. We're actually saying that LeFou was the one who brought Belle and the Beast together. And if that sounds unusual, it is unusual. But that's the fun behind this experience. Lots of your favorite songs, new hand-drawn animation that tie it together. And all 3 of those, we think an important package of films and stories for Epcot, part of the transformation of Epcot. We're starting with some of our favorite storytelling videos.
And hand-drawn animation, that was sort of you had to kind of look for animators now who could still do
Don
that.
Hahn, who was the producer and director of this for us, was the producer of Beauty and the Beast. So he knew who to go to. He wanted hand-drawn animation for the new animation, so it would seamlessly blend with what was from the film. And we got Chris Bacon, a talented composer, to write a score that takes the classic songs and threads them together. So it feels like an original film and yet the story is a little twisted, and that was the goal. So very different in tone, but 3 nice flavors of films for it.
We can't wait to see Awesome Planet. We've seen the other 2. Canada Far and Wide is incredible, and the Beauty and the Beast sing along also with the hand-on animation. It is beautiful.
Look
too.
forward to Awesome Planet. It's awesome.
On the 17th.
With Canada, is there a new singer now for the Canada?
It's the same singer that we had, who was the Canadian Idol singer.
Okay, for the second version.
From the last version. But because we were doing a whole new score, we asked our composer, Andrew Lockman, who's a fantastic Canadian composer, if he could go in and reorchestrate the song so that it felt fresh for today. You know, styles change over time, but same vocals and a song that we love.
And we do love that very much, so I highly recommend the Canada Far and Wide. And we talk about Tom Fitzgerald. It was especially exciting for me to meet him because, of course, I loved Horizons, and I remembered him as the beach boy down there working on the solo sub. And there is a close-up of him. I think he looks very similar. So, of course, I had to ask for a picture. It was very exciting. If you can dream it, you can do it.
So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's cool. Like, a lot of people think, you know, that Walt Disney said that, but it was Tom Fitzgerald. Moving on, we are going to be talking about food and beverages at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. We're actually going to be interviewing pastry sous chef Crystal and also Chelsea, who will be telling us about beverages. And I'm really looking forward to trying more of these items in the coming days.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm one of the pastry sous chefs here in Epcot. We're here at the Festival of the Arts Media Preview. So we have a few of our dishes, some returning favorites that we have. First, we have our deconstructed Reuben. So last year, if you remember, it had a big ring of crisp, like rye crisp around it. So we changed it up a little bit this year and did a Jarlsberg and sauerkraut cake encrusted with the rye crumbs with the house-made corned beef on top, a cornichon, and a broken Thousand Island dressing. So that'll be served over and deconstructed. We have up here our chicken roulade with a apple and sage filling with a green and yellow brie fondue, beet gel, and beet chip crumbles across the top. So it's a little bit different than last year. Last year we had like a beet and blueberry meringue. So we changed up a little bit this year to get those nice bright colors. Our rosewater panna cotta is coming back for the second year, but this year we put it in the actual shape of a rose. So can never go wrong with rose shapes at Disney, right?
No, absolutely.
So it's a rosewater Bavarian cream with a vanilla panna cotta, raspberry gel inside, pistachio crumble, and raspberry glitter sauce. So when the sun hits it, you get that nice pop of glitter. Down here we have the seared corvina on top of ratatouille. That'll be served in Cuisine Classic. And our almond frangipane cake is coming back this year as well. When I think of Festival of the Arts, this is the first dessert I think of. So just kind of that big perfect photo of the cake. Nice art deco. And then I'm going to call on Chelsea to come over and talk about some of our drinks.
Hello there.
Hi. Let's talk Figment. So super cute, brand new beverage this year is our Rain Boba. It is raspberry lemonade seltzer water layered with fruit boba and topped with the raspberry foam cloud. And the cup you get to keep. So
very nice.
Yes, so fun. Our popcorn and beer pairing flight is returning this year to a new location. It will be at our Refreshment Outpost location, and all three of our beer selections are new as well. So we have a golden pale ale, a hazy IPA, and a stout to pair with the different flavored popcorn. So really a fun, different sort of treat for the Festival of the Arts. We have our black and blue port wine from the Florida Orange Groves Winery in St. Petersburg. Really fruit forward, the blueberry, blackberry flavors, really nice port wine. And then we have our sparkling rosé that is at the Masterpiece Kitchen, and it is the Pinot La Dama Brut sparkling rosé.
What a selection. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for all the information this year. Can't wait to get to the festival.
Yes, please come out and see us.
Thank you.
Of the items we were able to try, I only tried a couple items. You know, we were busy, but the rosewater panna cotta was very good, the rose, and so I definitely recommend that one.
And I tried the popcorn and beer pairing, which I guess they had last year, but I didn't notice that at the festival, and it was really good. You'd be surprised how well popcorn pairs with different beers.
I would be, but I don't drink beer. I drink mostly wine and every so often a cocktail. So we're looking at some of the merchandise and it might be most of the merchandise. This is only a 6-week festival, so that's why, you know, it's not like the Flower and Garden, which is 3 months, which has a very wide range, and also the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. So it is pretty much all Figment, which is very nice. I'm a fan of Figment. We were given a mug, which
I'm drinking out of it right now.
Yes, he's drinking out of it. It has a silicone top. This is I didn't even realize it at first, is a spirit jersey.
Yes.
And you went behind it, which I didn't do because there were
I am
so
going to
many.
show that, by the way.
Right. And so there's a variety of items with Figment, a lot of Figment. And so we're just looking at, there's tumblers, Travis tumblers. There's these ear bands. There's shirts. A lot. Purple's my favorite color, so I'm very happy with the variety of merchandise.
And this is the scavenger hunt game, which comes with a puzzle, and the puzzle is packed into those little paint cans, which I think is very neat.
Figment's Brush with Masters, and there's 4 different ones to choose from as far as the prizes, and that is the back of the Spirit jersey. Plus, there's a magic band, and that has Figment on it as well. You couldn't see Figment from how it was set in the box, but Will Dasso showed us.
Yes, there's our hand model, Mr. Will, there, and he's going to demonstrate some of the other merchandise.
He's way more than a hand model, but he is a guest experience manager at Epcot. We have him talking about all of these items in a separate video, but we're talking about them now. These are like paint chips on the Travis tumbler, and then of course Figment.
And speaking of Figment, there's that Figment mug, the Figment Color Company mug, the logo. And on the back, you have him with the cover, which actually works. It keeps the coffee nice and warm.
Yes, and the Alex and Ani, which is a Mouse Gear exclusive. Remember that Mouse Gear is now in a little bit of a different location. It's not too far from the one that's being refurbished, the main one.
Right. You just have to kind of go outside towards the future roller coaster.
Look for the signs.
Yes. And again, more merchandise, all sorts of Figment merchandise. Oh, you love when these things change color like this. So luckily Will does a nice demonstration so you can see that process.
They call these flip sequins, and I first saw it in a pillow last year, and I thought it reminded me of the old Imagination nail
tables.
Yes, the nail tables where you kind
and
of...
the image works
yes,
upstairs.
How it works. So that's why I like them so much.
It's such an Epcot thing.
Yes.
And here is Mickey, and you see Mickey in a nice special outfit they had for the Festival of the Arts. And we did ask about this, and we were told that Mickey would not be meeting or Minnie in these outfits. So it was just a special thing for the event. So kind of sad that everybody doesn't get to see them, but we were happy to see them in the outfits.
Yeah, maybe sometime we'll see. I mean, obviously they have the costumes, so maybe someday we will. We were told no, but I think they are so cute in these, and I love the backdrop for the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
Didn't Minnie meet in a similar outfit at one of the festivals last year?
Last year at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, they had several different motifs, several different themes for merchandise, and one of them I believe was called Minnie's Garden Party, and that is why she was meeting in an outfit. So you never know.
So now we're going to look at some of the activities you can do. I think this is a paid activity where you are able to paint your own cell.
It definitely is. We have done it before. We have paid for it before. It's ink and paint animation. It's held only on Saturdays. It's $45 plus tax for the classes. There are no free seminars this year, but there are a few other paid classes. You can find those on the Disney website. And right now we're looking at Trevor Carlton, who is a performance artist who created this amazing Figment in like 15 minutes. And
you're giving it away.
You can find him probably on that. Oh, I was going to say there's no more stage. I'm not even sure where he is. I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he is either, but he will be somewhere performing this.
There's no more fountain stage because there's no more fountain.
Now, this would be a very interesting seminar or class to take. Learn how to paint with Trevor Carlton with your hand. Look at this.
I caught him a little bit later just doing little bits of tiny little bits of touch-up, but I mean, this is pretty incredible that he can do this so quickly while dancing.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do anything. Like, if I'm dancing, like, I can't, like, paint. I can't hardly paint at all anyway.
And I do want to mention they still have the Learn How to Draw classes, and that will be a free thing that you can do, and it'll be at the American Adventure this year.
So, I knew that, but I wasn't sure exactly where it was. I keep forgetting American Adventure because I'm not really sure where they're going to put it, but we'll see that tomorrow. And also, we were treated to some Disney on Broadway with Gavin Lee, Heidi Blickenstaff, Alton Fitzgerald White, and Kissy Simmons. There are other duos as well. I believe there's 6 different, just call them duos, that they sing together. And
they rotate a little differently this year.
Right. And, I think every year they do, and it's just really fun to see them in concert. I love that this is part of the festival, and I believe it's every day this year. So it's if you have a chance, definitely go check out the shows.
And we are very fortunate to have the opportunity to sit down and actually talk to all 4 of them this year.
But not all together. We have 2 interviews, one with Gavin Lee and Heidi Blickenstaff, and the other with Kissy Simmons and Alton Fitzgerald White. But we're just going to show one of them here. Plus, we have some video of them singing, and that is on our YouTube channel as well.
Hi there, my name is Gavin Lee.
And I'm Heidi Blickenstaff.
And we are very happy to be here for our 2nd year at the Disney on Broadway concert series.
And we have seen the Disney on Broadway concert series every year. You guys are incredible.
Thank
and
you.
Can you tell us how different is it being here at Epcot than, let's say, being on Broadway?
You go.
Well, completely
He's good at this
different.
answer.
I mean, last year was the first time we did the concert, and I hadn't done much performing as Gavin before.
He's good at being Gavin.
Yeah. Well, no, I was very nervous to just be Gavin. I mean, normally when you're on Broadway, when you're in a theatre show, you're playing a character. You can almost hide behind that character name and the character traits. So to then sing, for instance, I was Bert in Mary Poppins for many years on Broadway. Yes, yes, that's why I'm here.
I remember that one.
And then to start singing those Mary Poppins songs at the concert, but you're kind of being Bert, but I'm not dressed as Bert, I'm Gavin. And it was like, oh, I'm singing this as me for the first time. And so for me, that was something new last year and very nerve-wracking. And as our performances went on, I know I relaxed much more because Heidi was so relaxing.
I'm really good at this.
Yeah, she was so like,
No.
we got this, Gav.
You were so great at it. I've done
More
quite a bit of concert
cabaret and
stuff.
concert, yeah.
And I even grew up doing a lot. I was in a kids group where we sang Broadway songs, but we played ourselves.
Right.
So I've been doing this since I was about 7, Gav. But you took to it like a duck to water.
So
He's very good at playing Gavin.
so it's very different.
Yeah, but it is very different than doing your role on Broadway because you are, you have a huge costume and you have a
Lights
huge
and set
all
and-
of that pyro.
Yeah.
Did you have any pyro in Mary Poppins?
Yeah, smoke and lights.
Yes,
And
we had pyro in Little Mermaid too, and so you have to like hit your mark, and there's so many things you have to be very, very aware of. And here it's so liberating because we get to do those songs that we did on Broadway so many times.
But you don't have to do them the way you did them 8 shows a week on Broadway. You can do what you like with them.
Yeah.
To an extent.
And the fans are so delicious because they are singing along with us and they're right there, and it's such a a symbiotic moment where last year I was so looking forward to doing it, but it exceeded my expectations. It was like a Broadway rock concert.
We were very surprised that there were so many Broadway fans
Oh my
in the
gosh,
audiences.
they dress up.
I think we were just thinking it would be tourists that have come to Disney World and they happen to sit down and watch
Yeah.
the show, but it was like people are queuing up hours before the show, they get in the front row, they're fabulous fans, and they come to every show.
And then we meet them after, they
Yeah.
wait to meet us after
Yeah.
the show, and they're just like, they have programs from years of shows
Yeah.
that we've done, not just our Disney on Broadway work,
No.
but all kinds of things, and it was just like, it was really
It's like,
lovely to connect with them.
It made us feel like big Broadway stars.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
We're
it's
not, but
it's such a casual environment, as
awesome.
you said.
Yeah.
Like just watching you all today, just in more of a casual environment than much more than a Broadway show.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
amazing.
Our director really wants it to feel like a nice, like, come on, sing the
Yeah.
songs with us.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
It's not a stuffy concert where we're dressed up in ball gowns and tuxes.
Yeah.
And it's Disney
And there's a
songs.
time for that too.
Yeah.
But this is so fun, to
fun.
be able to be with the fans.
Free,
and, yeah.
fun and free.
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
We love it.
And I'm just going to ask one more question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite music to sing? What would be your favorite songs?
It's impossible. It's Sophie's choice. I mean, because they're all such little like snowflakes. I of course I love singing the Ursula material. That really was a surprise of my career, like being cast. I originally was hired as Sherry Renee Scott, who originated the role of Ursula. I was her standby originally, and then I took over for Sherry, and I was
much younger, and I had never held down a Broadway spotlight before, and so I learned so much. I feel I would be a much better Ursula today because I'm a monster now. I'm impossible to deal with. Gavin knows. I've really taken what I learned from her on the stage, and I've applied it to my life. I suck people's souls out. Don't I, Gavin?
Oh, we've learned so much.
I do. I love singing all that material, but I also, the Freaky Friday stuff is so amazing because I was a fan of Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkie's long before I got to sing any of their material. They're such genius writers, so singing the Freaky Friday stuff is so amazing, and I get to use a totally different part of my voice, and also it's just a different kind of acting, contemporary.
I obviously love singing the Burt stuff. I've sung the Burt stuff since 2004 now, when the show originally opened in London. But I have to say, I'm very pleased that we open with King of New York from Newsies. I have been such a fan of that movie from when it first came out. I had the videotape that I wore out. Videotape, showing my age. And then I loved the Broadway musical. By the time the Broadway musical was happening, I was too old to be a newsie, So none of those songs I would ever sing unless I was getting to do a concert like this where I'm being me, getting to sing King of New York. So that's probably going to be my favorite song to sing in this concert that we're doing.
Oh, I love that. I get to sing from Hercules. I get to be Meg.
And I get to be your backing singer.
You get to be my many backup singers.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
So much fun to interview them. They were great.
I really enjoyed that interview, and also I told him afterwards, Newsies didn't do that well in the theaters, and I thought it was really cool that it made a resurgence, and it's got great music. And
Disneyland, right?
They had they did the Red Car Newsboys.
And a Dream.
Well, right now they don't have that, but I hope that comes back. But I just think it's awesome that Newsies ended up being a thing.
And we will link, of course, in the show notes, and I'll put a little link at the end of the show as well to our other interview.
Yeah, that is Alton Fitzgerald White and Kissy Simmons. We were not expecting to have interviews of any of them, and it really was a pleasure to be able to do that.
So excited for the festival. That's this Friday. We will be there.
That's tomorrow now.
Unbelievable.
It's tomorrow as we are on our second day of recording.
And of course, one other little thing that we found out is the sign, the Gusteau's sign has been installed here.
At Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I'm going to check that out today. I want to go see it in person, and I had to be at Epcot anyway, so I'm just going to arrive earlier. There's so much going on at Epcot right now. But I really can't wait for the expanded France. I know I've said it before, and I will end up saying it again.
So believe it or not, that is another show.
That's another show, thanks to our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mousefan Travel. Check them out. Sign up for their email list, and you never know. There could be a really great deal coming for Walt Disney World that you'll find out about as soon as they send it to you.
Absolutely. And this week, big doings. We're going to be at Epcot all day tomorrow for the opening day of the festival.
You know what? I can't wait. I always love a festival. Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, still my favorite, but my second favorite is Epcot International Festival of the Arts. And I'm looking forward to really just checking everything out.
And next week, we're going to be investigating a lot of Walt Disney World resorts. We'll be talking about that on next week's show.
I can't wait. I'm a big resort person, as I am a parks person.
I know. There's nobody who loves the resorts as much as you.
And so I'm really looking forward to all those resort tours.
So anyway, thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.